So what are we doing today? Today we are doing something that I thoroughly enjoy, and I don't get to do as much of it as I used to. I think when I turned from being a real estate agent to a business owner, I never saw the amount of work behind the scenes. So you can get bogged down in marketing conversations, accounts, finance, lead generation stuff, training. But what I genuinely really love to do is get out with a client and shit. I can't see if I but I guess when I first became a real estate agent, I loved meeting people. I love spending time with people. I love getting out, seeing Dubai, showcasing what the real estate market here is like. I genuinely love it, and that's why we built Chalk. Big on long-term relationships, and today we are picking up a client who is a friend now actually, and we're doing a lot of work together outside of real estate. But today is about educating him on how this market works in Dubai, what is a good investment, why it's a good investment, which developers do we like working with. So yeah, it's something that I don't get to do a lot, but it's something that I am genuinely looking forward to.
I'm with the big man Av, and today's just about, again, what you said was really just finding the feel of the Dubai market. I've never invested in a property before, so me and Av, again, mentioning we're becoming very close friends. I'm getting him a six-pack as well, by the way, so that's one thing we're working on. But it's also about the trust and trusting the agent. And when I first met Av, it was we got along very well, and the trust was there. So today the intention is, again, just learning, feeling the market, and then seeing what the next move is with me and Av.
Let's actually talk about what we're doing. When we first met, we had one meeting where we started to discuss real estate in Dubai. I think the learning part was understanding actually how off-plan works, right? Understanding how payment plans work. That was a concept that was alien to you, right? So now that we've got some basic understanding of how the real estate market works here, it's about exploring some of the better developers that we work with. The first stop for today is a private developer called Select Group. What I tend to do is I tend to take people to the government developers first, because they're the safety, security of investing in government. And then I do the private developers. But because of the location, we're starting first with Select Group. Fantastic developer. They've been in the market since 2012. They are, hotel owners. They own the Intercontinental Hotel and Marina. Lots of depth to this developer. But first and foremost, they have built this entire island in front of us, which is called Peninsula. Today is all about, like we said, learning, understanding, because this is like a lifelong dream. Yeah, this is Select Group headquarters. But Select Group have built all of these buildings that you see around us. They've also taken care of like the landscaping, the roundabouts, the coffee shops, all of those sort of things that we see has all been managed and operated by Select Group.
So is that another office there?
Yeah, so this is like Peninsula 1, Peninsula 2, that's Peninsula 4, those two towers.
Peninsula I thought it was the island.
So Peninsula is the name of the community, but it's broken down into several different buildings. What's happening, Johnny, bro? Long time, man. It's good to see you, bro. How's things? Predominantly, we're going to look at artistry and go through the available options that are in the artistry. Just a bit of background on who you guys are as a developer, what you guys have done in the past. I've given Dev some insight in the car and whilst we've been outside. But really to kind of dig deeper into artistry and why that's a good investment. You know that we've worked quite actively with clients on artistry. Dev is actually a good friend of mine now. So first investment in Dubai, which is why we're only seeing the best developers in Dubai and
Appreciate
people
that.
that we respect wholly and trust with our money. The reason that why we're here, like we're showcasing a few things today, right? But I appreciate that you're still new to Dubai, so you're not going to know the landscape of Dubai fully, but you will understand downtown, Burj Khalifa, these sort of areas where you talk about Burj Khalifa views, they'll still be very appealing to you because you're still very early days in Dubai. Right, cool. We saw Select Group in the morning, love them as a developer, one of the best private developers here in Dubai. But if we look around us now, right, Dev, we have now entered into Dubai Hills Estate. Dubai Hills Estate has been built by Emaar. Emaar being the semi-government developer of Dubai, publicly listed company on the Abu Dhabi Stock Exchange. When it comes to safety and security, we can actually physically go and check what their profit and loss accounts looks like. That gives that sense of security that you're investing in a developer that has the money to deliver what they're saying they're going to do. Why do people choose Emaar? Not only are they safe as a developer, but if you look around us, this is what people are flocking from Europe for. This sense of community, this sense of safety. So you'll see all of the clusters within Dubai Hills Estate have private security gates. Everyone that comes in and out is checked. Their Emirates IDs are logged. That's that sense of security within a community. You have greenery and landscaping that is maintained 24 hours a day by Emaar. They're one of the only developers that are actively working in the community 24 hours a day, managing, maintaining what it looks like. Various different projects that Emaar have got in Dubai. This one in particular, Dubai Hills Estate, currently is their flagship. So we're looking at around, in total, there's probably around 37,000 units in Dubai Hills Estate alone. You're talking a mixture of apartments, townhouses, villas, mansions. Why do people love Dubai Hills? Why do we say it's one of their flagships? Is because it offers everything in one community. You're talking about, you have a golf course, you have the clubhouse with the golf course, with food and beverage retail outlets. You've got Dubai Hills Mall. You've got Dubai Hills Park, which is one of the largest park areas in Dubai currently. You have all of that in one community. So in essence, you don't need to leave. You can live your life, do whatever you want to do within the community itself. One common trait that you'll see when we go and meet these developers is not only our relationships with clients important, but our relationships with the developers are even more important because of accessibility, right?
To it.
So you tell me that you want to proceed with their new project. It's my job to secure you the best unit, and we do that by building relationships with these developers so we get priority access for our clients, and genuinely we're good friends now. So we are in Dubai Hills Estate. This is their, I guess, largest sales center. Again, if you look at the greenery, the landscaping outside.
This is the whole Dubai.
So these are different developments, right? But if you look outside, this is Dubai Hills Estate, right?
So these are all Emaar's different.
These are all Emaar's master communities that they've built. So Dubai Hills Estate, where we are now, is this entire community over here. Yeah, that's Dubai Hills Estate. Yeah. So you talk about exclusivity, like where does capital appreciation come from? It comes from that essence of exclusivity.
Being exclusive, yeah.
Yeah, whereas here, you may have paid like 150 million dirhams to live on a golf course in Dubai Hills Estate, but somebody who's also paid 1.5 million dirhams and also lives in Dubai Hills Estate. Whereas in Oasis, everyone has paid a minimum of, let's say, 10 million dirhams to live in that community. When you're swimming in the pool and you're swimming in the lagoon, the person next to you has paid a minimum of £2 million to be in that community. So who do you want to surround yourself with? This is Dubai Hills Estate.
Oasis.
This is the Oasis.
Where is this near?
This is opposite me in Tilal Al Gap.
Oh, so it's
We're going to drive past this on the
Let's
way
do it.
to our next stop. Yeah. So Levita Mansions are the biggest plot sizes. Now, when you're buying a villa, plot size is very important. Land is very important. Again, like when we buy a home back home, we want the biggest garden as possible, right? Dubai is known for having small gardens. So when you're buying in Levita Mansions, those plot sizes were around 19,000, 21,000 square foot and upwards, right? So you can't get that size plot in many places in Dubai. If you were to pick up this plot size and put it in Dubai Hills Estate, you'd be paying a minimum of around 100 million dirhams.
Okay.
So where you're purchasing this, the starting price was around 35 million dirhams, you can automatically see the case study for appreciation, because the same plot size in a ready community by Emaar is fetching 100 million plus. That's why people bought Levita. It's very important to understand how Emaar build, right? Because that's very important from an investor's perspective. Say for example, let's use Damac as a case study, right? Damac will launch Damac Islands, and then they'll do loads of press release to say we sold 10 billion dirhams worth of property in 2 hours, right? How does that make you feel as an investor, knowing that they've sold out the entire community in 2 hours time? Now the developer's kind of done with you. Like now they're not really worried about what resale prices look like. You're all competing against each other. You've got the entire community now looking at reselling and who can get the maximum profit. So competition is fierce. When Emaar launched, they could sell this entire community within 2 hours as well. But what they decide to do is they launch cluster by cluster. So they launched Palmyra 1, then Palmyra 2, and then one bit by bit they finish off selling the whole community. But what they do in between is they increase the price point. So when it's just sand in the desert and you're that first investor coming to the table to buy a property, you're getting the best price per square foot.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're being rewarded for trusting in the vision. And as time goes on and they launch further clusters and further phases, they increase the price points. So when it comes to completion, like they've protected your resale value, right? They've protected your resale value. They've guaranteed you almost that capital appreciation. That's the difference between developers like Emaar and Damac. So what we've tried to do is showcase one of the better private developers in Dubai. We've also then showcased Emaar, the master developer of Dubai, semi-government entity, that safety, security, first-time investment, no-brainer opportunity with Emaar. But now we've got something else. We've got something that goes beyond that, and that's what we find here in Expo City. Expo City is a government-backed project through and through, and I bang on about Expo like I have done for the last couple of years. I've sold it to friends, family, savvy investors have purchased here. But why is that? Like on the drive up here, the first reaction from you was it's a little bit further out. But actually what you need to realize is Expo is its own self-contained city. You don't need to worry about what's happening outside of Expo City, because whatever's happening within Expo makes it a self-sustainable community. And we talk about Emaar being a semi-government entity. Expo City Dubai Group, which is a developer of Expo, is a government entity through and through. The chairman also is the chairman for Dubai Airports, Emirates Airlines, Dubai Holdings. So we talk about Nikhil and Miras and Dubai Holdings being a government entity. We have the same chairman here at Expo City Dubai. So from a safe investment perspective, this is the one. Like, bro, honestly, genuinely, this is the year to get excited about Expo. Everything that has been planned is coming to fruition this year. We spoke briefly in the car about the pedigree of the developer. We've spoken about the location being one metro stop away from the airport. We've spoken about many things to do with Expo. The biggest thing is the Dubai Exhibition Centre. So currently, all of the exhibitions in Dubai, all of the big ones like Gulfoos and GITEX, takes place in World Trade Center. But that comes to a standstill when those exhibitions are on when they're happening. Now we've got Dubai Exhibition Centre coming to Expo City. We've had a $10 billion expansion plan just been announced for the new exhibition centre. This year alone, we're going to have 300 events in Expo itself. 3 million visitors annually. By 2030, that number is going to go up to 600 events. 6 million visitors.
Okay.
Where can you guarantee me that you've got 3 million visitors in the community?
Yeah.
Where's that short-term rental demand coming from? But I don't like short-term rental, if I'm honest with you. I prefer the safety and security of long-term rent, right? So where does that long-term rental demand come from? It comes from all of the corporations opening up their headquarters here. Expo is incentivizing big corporates to bring their headquarters here. You have Nestle, Fortune 100 company. You've got DP World. You've got the likes of Fujifilm, Live Nation, Weo Bank. Siemens Energy have purchased 7 buildings here. Like, there must be a reason why all of these big entities, Fortune 100, Fortune 500 companies, are moving their headquarters to Expo City.
Okay.
So that's your short-term rental, that's your long-term rental. Not to mention the location, being a government developer. There's too many reasons why you should be investing in Expo. Before IDA starts, like Deb, you would have met some of my colleagues before.
Yeah.
Like genuinely, and I mean this wholeheartedly, and we say this every time, like IDA is arguably the best agent in the market when it comes to knowledge, experience, expertise, passion. Like, she genuinely believes in this project, and you can hear it in her voice and you can feel it from her. And she's the one that sold the dream of Expo to me, because when I first moved to Dubai, just like we were in the car and you were like, but it's a bit far, like a little bit far, and that was my mindset in the beginning. But when you develop an understanding of what this is, like, that becomes irrelevant.
If you're a person that likes your peace, quiet and privacy, but at the same time you want to be connected to a busy master plan, this is the ideal location for you to stay in. You're away, however, you call a golf cart, the golf cart will pick you up and drop you off within 5 minutes. You are in the heart of Expo City. Now what's happening in developments, you'll find like 1-2 buildings, 800 units with 1 pool and 1 gym, which is not sustainable. However, here for the 800 units, we made them into a complex with 5 pools, so it really feels like you're in a resort. You have an infinity pool here, a lap pool that's 25 meters, a large pool in the middle with bar area. Here we have the coffee shops and co-working spaces. We have 2 pools here, and we have 3 gyms. We've already sold out 2 buildings. We have this building that we've launched, and we have our new launch as well. This will have the valley views of over 2.5 kilometers, unobstructed views of greenery, the forest, and all of Expo City and Al Wasl Dome.
So just remember, when we're driving around, this is the lifestyle of living in Expo. This is a service that is given by the government free to the residents of Expo City for the lifespan of Expo. There's not many communities in Dubai, if any, that provide this service to its residents. So in front of us here, you'll see the Dubai Exhibition Centre, which is already open, operational, hosting events. We saw the recent announcement about the expansion of Dubai Exhibition Centre. You'll see the growth when we go to the other side of Expo. Right in front of us here, you'll see the entrance to the metro station. So fully operational metro station. To the right side over there, which we can't see clearly, is Expo Mall. So this is the location of where Expo Mall is. So where you might see in the master plan, you can't put 2 and 2 together. Really technology advanced metro station. So all of these areas here were kind of pavilions where they were part of the Expo 2020 and now be repurposed to be either commercial spaces, food and beverage, or their corporations taking them. For example, Siemens Energy have purchased 5 buildings within Expo. I believe they've taken another 2 more. You have Nestle that have taken buildings within the heart of the Expo as well. So genuinely, all that is lacking here The only thing that is missing is people, is residents. It is unlike any other community where we get to spend the day here, driving around, seeing everything come to life.